Good evening, everybody. My name is Vekul, but you can call me John. Recently, I just watched The Idol. The Idol is an HBO original show created by The Weeknd and starring Lily Rose Depp. So, just before I even get into the show and talking about the plots and the problems, all that, the main thing about the show is the boobies. The boobies, they love the boobs. They really love it. There is never a time when you're not looking at boobs in this show. So I think that's a very good standing point of what this show's gonna be. Um, so in general, let's talk about the plot, and then we'll just continue moving on to criticism. The Idol is a pretty simple show, starring not starring, but following a pop star named Jocelyn, who has recently gone through a lot of problems and losing her mother, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Trauma. Her team comes up with a song called um, "World Class Sinner," and she doesn't like it. She doesn't think this is her, and okay, makes sense. She doesn't like the song. So then she goes to a club, meets a guy named Tedros with a rat tail. This is the weekend, by the way. Now, it's like a whole brainwashing situation where he will pretty much just brainwash her to a point where, yes, let's just have sex, and this is how we're gonna get you to become a star, and it works. It really does. It's crazy. Um, yeah. So he moves into her house, takes over. His cult comes with him. And this cult pretty much has amazing singers. Beautiful voices, which is an amazing thing of this show. The voices, this vocals are actually really fucking good. It's one of the things I enjoyed about the show. But so he has this entire cult with him, and he's a fucking psychopath. Like, he is going to fucking like. He really shows you a lot of problems within his character. Like, oh god, like there's pretty disturbing things in this show. So that's that's a pretty big border right there to get across. The things he does to characters is it's pretty fucked up. So anyway, continuing on, he's convinced Jocelyn's team to, like, let's work together. I'm gonna help her get 3 massive hits with Mike Dean. Mike Dean's a very big producer, or what? I think so. Yeah, whatever. Moving on. He's a very big producer, so like they're completely on it, and pretty much it continues going on. She keeps making the big hits, and then things start to go all fucking everywhere. He cheated on her, she cheats on him, she gets pissed off, kicks him out of the house. 6 weeks later, we're here at the tour, and the big world tour with Jocelyn, yes. And he shows up out of nowhere, and they're in love. The whole point and that whole ending of episode 4 of just her fucking despising him because he was a fucking psychopath who even planned this whole elaborate thing to get with her and fucking control her life. He completely fucked up a lot of things, and he was a psychopath. She literally kicked him out of the house. I'm done with you. She's fucking done. And then we jump 6 weeks later to the tour, and now they're fucking in love. It makes no sense. And that's a very key point with this show. It doesn't make a lot of sense. This show doesn't keep with the consistent plot it is even trying to fucking do. Now, so pretty much going into criticism, the show has potential. It actually had a lot of fucking potential that I was very interested in the main story. She was a pop star who can't actually continue with her recent deceased mother. I was interested in her character arc, and it was provided, but I didn't actually care, and this is one of the problems with the show. They cared too much about two things. the sex and the side plots that really didn't matter to the actual show. So the sex, every time there's like big sex scene every single episode, and every time it came on, I was very disinterested. It just didn't matter to me. Oh, sex scene. Lily Rose Depp and The Weeknd are having sex. Oh my God. Oh fuck, that's awesome. No, it's bullshit. Like, I don't care about it. No one cares. It's very irritating to watch at that point. Even by the very first episode, the first sexual scene, it got tiring. That's a very big problem with the show, I think. It's just the lack of like trying to build the story. They really kind of rushed to the sex scenes, and they really put a lot of time on them. That's not really what you want in a show, is that? And then the main plot, of course. The main plot is literally pushed to the side as a side plot and is focusing more on these other plots. For example, Jocelyn can't record a music video. You know, she's breaking down, she's crying. They spent a whole day, wasted a lot of money, and so the producers, they decide to replace her and give one of her backup dancers World Class Sinner song and the music video. But that doesn't come into play until like episode 4 and doesn't get resolved really, and it's just like, there we go. Remember this? There it is. That's all it did. It didn't actually care to resolve it. That's with a lot of these other side plots. It's just gives you, and it doesn't, like, it just boom and expects you to understand. And you can't just give you something and then, yeah, I understand. I completely take that fucking concept that you gave me, and yeah, this is awesome. That's what they do with a lot of things, and it doesn't really provide to the actual show itself. Now, the problems I'm seeing on the internet with this show, I think people criticize this show a little bit too much. It has potential, and the potential is there. The story is interesting. I watched all 5 episodes in one fucking day, and I was pretty interested. But I see the fucking flaws. It's inconsistent. It doesn't care about the main story until like the final episode, where like the final 2 episodes is like, oh shit, we have a story. We need to actually tell the story. Why wasn't this your main priority? I don't understand. And I can't talk too much then about the main plot. The main plot's very simple, and they don't care to actually tell you that plot. And it's just shoved and buried by all the sex scenes. And the sex scenes are very dumb, I think. There is, like, for example, like one of them in episode 2, there's The Weeknd. He puts a blindfold over Lily Rose Depp here, Jocelyn, I guess. And he starts speaking to her behind a chair. Like just commanding her what to do. Like that entire thing was fucking humorous. It's fucking stupid. And after that, it gets fucking crazy. Like it's very fucking rough sex. There you go. I don't understand why that's what they cared about. That's where their main focus was. And that was their main focus with a lot of the show, was to sexualize every fucking scene that's there. Boobs everywhere. Oh, this, that, drugs, whatever. They really cared about the fun, not the story. And this is why the show's such a, like, it's a bad fun. It's because it's shit and it has potential, but they're trying to make it a lot of fun. But I think the fun part is it's the worst part of the show. So that's pretty much it. The Idol didn't really succeed in a lot of things. It's very fucking hated, and yeah, but again, it had potential. It feels like it was also, the story was so fucking rushed, and I knew this by episode 3. You watching it, episode 3, it's fucking rushed. Like, here we are, it's taken its beautiful time. Episode 4, oh shit, we gotta actually continue the story. And I feel like it should have been longer in order to really adapt and show off a lot of these things, but they just chose not to. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to say about it. It's pretty bad, but yeah. Overall, Diddle. And so that's all I got. Goodbye.